Welcome to the Wellness Abundance Podcast. I'm Melissa King, your podcast host, certified master health coach, certified personal trainer, and founder of Wellness Abundance Coaching. The purpose of this podcast is to share healthy lifestyle tips to empower you to design the abundant life you want and deserve. I'll chat with inspiring people who have built a strong foundation to build a life they love. I believe we all have the power within ourselves to create wellness abundance in all areas of our life. We simply need to find the courage within ourselves to take action. Our vision for this podcast is to help you create wellness abundance in your life with clarity, empowerment, and flexibility. Grab your favorite beverage and enjoy the episode. Hello and welcome back to another episode of Wellness Abundance Podcast. I'm your host, Melissa King. Thank you so much for joining me today. Okay, today we're going to talk about 3 signs that you're not getting enough protein in your diet. This is huge. I was just having a conversation the other day with my newest personal training client, and she's just at the beginning of her journey. We literally just started working together. So, we're kind of at the beginning of phase and just trying to kind of get our footing and see where she is to get started. And one of the things that has come up recently is protein intake. Because if your goal is to not get big and bulky, because as women also, fun fact, you cannot get big and bulky without taking supplements. Our bodies just aren't designed like that. We just don't have the right hormones flowing through us to get big and bulky. But one of the things that can inhibit your body from building that lean muscle mass is not getting enough protein. And this is complete proteins. So complete proteins have all 9 amino acids, all 9 essential amino acids. And so proteins are made up of amino acids, and there are 20 amino acids. 11 of them our bodies can make on their own. We don't need any help doing that, but there are 9 that our bodies can't make. So we get these from food sources or supplements, but we'll talk about a little bit about this, how to, which foods to eat to make sure you're getting complete proteins. Okay, so if you're not making gains in the gym, then you're probably not eating enough protein. That could be the reason. There could be other reasons, other factors involved, but I won't get into those today. But one of the main reasons, the first thing I go to with my clients is protein. Let's talk about your protein intake. And if you're not getting enough protein, then you're not going to be building any new lean muscle mass as easily. And then the second sign that you're not getting enough protein is if you're hungry an hour after your meal. So our bodies need about 20 minutes or so to really kind of start the digestion process starts actually before we eat, when we start salivating over what we're going to eat. But about 20 minutes after you put your fork down and you stop eating is when your body really kind of tells you, you know what, I'm good. I don't need any more food. We're good. We could last for a while. So don't feed me anymore. I'm good. We got this. And but if you still feel hungry after, say, 30 minutes to an hour after you eat a nice nutrient-dense meal or any meal in general, you probably didn't eat enough either protein or enough healthy fats during that meal. But we're not going to focus on fats today. I want to focus more on protein. So you can up your protein from there. And I'll talk about ways in which you could do that and where to start. The third sign you're not getting enough protein could be that you just have sugar cravings or salt cravings. So our bodies need salt. It's essential. It's an electrolyte. Our bodies need a really good balance of electrolytes to stay hydrated and stay healthy. And you also want that for your muscles when you're working out, because you want your muscles to be nice and hydrated so they could do what they need to do to get stronger and maintain their mass to stay healthy. So if you're really craving a lot of sweets, you're craving like chips, like the salt and the fat together, or the fat and the sweet together, that's a sign that you're not getting enough protein. So those top three things is you're not growing any muscle, you're not getting toner or building any muscle in the gym, you're hungry an hour or so after you eat, and you're having cravings. Protein will help minimize those cravings, because what protein does is it helps keep you satiated. And so after you eat, your hunger levels should go down, your hunger hormone should go down, and your satiety hormone should go up. But oftentimes when you don't eat enough protein, it's just a lot of fat and carbs, your hunger hormone and your satiety hormone are kind of at odds with each other. So they're like bickering. They're fighting over who's going to be the dominant one after a meal. And it doesn't really know. It's like, I'm hungry. No, I'm not hungry. I'm hungry. No, I'm not hungry. So really eating enough protein and healthy fats, but I'll talk about that in another episode, will help kind of create that balance, and your hunger hormone will kind of be like, all right, I'm good. I'm going to back off. I'm going to let the satiety hormone take over for right now until our body burns enough energy that we're like, oh, okay, time to replenish. Then the hunger hormone is going to go up. Okay, got that? So you want to maintain that balance of hormones. The same is true with cravings. You're not going to have as many cravings. You could have some, because cravings don't just appear from not eating enough protein. There's other variables involved with cravings. Some can be emotional. It could be other hormones, another hormone imbalance going on in your body. So it's not so black and white. There's a gray area, but this is a good starting point, for minimizing cravings, making sure you're not snacking in between meals, you're not feeling tempted to, and then also making those gains in the gym. Okay, so how do you know if you're getting enough protein? So I would encourage you to think about, like, in the last couple days, how much protein have you eaten per meal? Just break it down per meal. So for example, if you have 2 eggs in the morning, that's only 12 grams of protein. That's it. That's not a lot of protein, really. In my opinion, the average amount of protein intake per meal, and this is just an average, okay? So I'm not saying go out and do this. I'm saying it's a good starting point, but everyone's different, because like I said, there's a lot of variables involved, your activity level, if you're male, female, men and women have different protein requirements. So there's some other things involved. But track it. Like, usually I feel like at least minimum 25 grams of protein is good per meal. I know you're probably thinking, oh my gosh, that sounds like a lot. Hear me out. It may seem like a lot at first, and what you could do is kind of gradually increase your protein intake over time. It doesn't have to be where you're only eating 12 grams for breakfast one morning, and then tomorrow morning you're just automatically going to double that. You don't need to do that. You can ease into it, and that's where working, with me and my 6-month body transformation program, I can help you dial it in. We can do that together as a team. So really figuring out, what's your starting point, and then where you want to go. And some days it may be different. Some days you may crave more protein because you're like, oh my gosh, I just worked out. I've been working out really hard the last couple days, more so than usual. And I just feel like I need some extra protein to really kind of replenish, my protein stores in my body. So that's where you should start. And then also take into consideration the type of proteins that you're eating. There's complete and incomplete proteins. And I go way more in depth in this in my 6-month body transformation program. So you could learn more when you join that. But it's really, So there's the complete proteins, which have all 9 essential amino acids, which I mentioned at the beginning of this. And then the incomplete proteins don't have all 9 essential amino acids. And depending on the source, which amino acids, that kind of varies. So in my opinion, the best protein source are complete proteins. So eggs, beef, chicken, pork, turkey, fish, bison. I don't know if I said bison yet. Basically animal products. That's the best source. You should have some sort of complete protein. Now veggies and legumes and collagen, that's another one, and another great source of incomplete protein. Those are all like great kind of bonuses. So what I like to share with my clients is get a bulk of your, if not all of your protein intake from complete protein sources, such as meat. And that will really help kind of set your body up. And then anything additional from veggies or legumes, any plant-based protein is just really icing on the cake. Tofu does have soy, a good amount of protein. That has the highest amount of complete proteins for a plant-based product, plant-based food source. But soy can also disrupt female hormones. So soy is not really, in my opinion, recommended for, like your main source of protein. For women, at least. Men, I'm not sure. I'm not very educated on men's hormones and bodies specifically. But women, I would encourage you to just kind of steer clear of soy as much as possible, because the soy, from my understanding, can mimic estrogen, which is what we don't want, because that causes all sorts of hormone imbalances, infertility, PCOS, all these other issues that women have to deal with. So so start there. And if you feel like you're not getting enough protein, if you want to gain more muscle in the gym, or just feel satiated longer throughout the day, if you don't want to have to worry about having snacks in between meals, eat more protein. And if you want to minimize any sugar cravings or any other kind of food cravings you have for like any ultra processed foods, eating more protein will really help. All right, so if you want to learn more about how you can get more protein in your eating style with your meals on a daily basis, reach out to me. Go to my website, melissaking.net, and in the upper right-hand corner, click on free consultation, and you could hop on a 20-minute wellness strategy session with me. It's completely free. We'll kind of chat about protein intake and what you could do, and maybe my 6-month body transformation program might help you. Maybe it won't. I'm not sure. So anyways, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later. Bye. The Wellness Abundance podcast is sponsored by Wellness Abundance Coaching. At Wellness Abundance Coaching, we help women lose weight effortlessly and minimize anxiety with clarity, empowerment, and flexibility. We offer one-on-one and group health coaching, corporate wellness programs, and on-demand fitness videos. To learn more about how we can help you become the healthiest version of yourself and to schedule a time to chat with us, visit melissaking.net.